mind if I add something else on as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the things,
Before you do that, if anybody has, we're going to be wrapping up shortly, so if anybody has any further questions they would like answered, then just type them into the chat now, and when Chris is finished speaking, we'll take care of them. Okay? So go ahead, Chris.
yeah, it's only a short point. When looking at the paying monthly and looking for the benefits, there's quite a bit. Even the support itself benefits is worth the money. But the optimization is it can be a business in its own. I've taken on work whenever to optimize images. That's what I've been doing, and I really wish I had a tool like this on hand when I've done that, because it saves you hours. So when you're considering the monthly payments, keep that in mind as well. It's a business in its own. Should you should you choose to use it like that? That was it. Sorry.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's another great idea. I forgot to mention that there's several ways that you can make money with this. You know, you can, like I showed you with the Piety Hill site, that one that I rebuilt. Let me just go. There was the original one there, and there's the results. So if you've got a client that has a site like this, right, and they're getting results like this. Now, I went in and that's how it looked, and there's how the new one looks. They're almost exact same. However, look at the difference here. Okay, that was a morning's work for me to do that. A morning's work to rebuild that whole site in WPO and take this to this. So absolutely there's a business in doing this, if nothing else, just to do the optimization work. Or as Chris just mentioned, even if you don't do a whole resite build for them, what you can do is install WPO on the site and just press the image, go through each page and hit the optimize image buttons. And you won't get up into the 90s perhaps, you'll at least double that, at least. And going in and do that, let's say they have, 20 pages, you go in and you press a button 20 times, that's going to take you, 2 or 3 minutes, right? What are they going to pay you to take their result from that to that? Well, perhaps not that if you're only doing the images alone, but at least double this. Easily get $500 for that. Easily. Because like Chris mentioned as well, going in and doing that manually, that's several hours work. Just going in and doing each individual image one at a time. And like I mentioned to Diane's question earlier, that's why another reason why the original images are kept and not deleted when the new one is the optimized image is overwritten. That's why we keep them in there. Okay, so the client or yourself always have the original imagery. Okay, that's the reason why. But there's certainly several ways to make money on this, and we've got some training coming up as well in the members area about more specifically hands-on. How do I do this step by step? How can I make money using this system? Not just for my own sites, but also to get client work in and stuff like that. Because people just simply don't know how to do this stuff, and you don't know how you don't need to know how to do it, because we know how to do it, and that's what the software's been built on. So it does it for you. Okay, I just wanted to mention that. So if we, let's see if we've got any more questions coming in. Yeah, a couple here. Hang on one second. I just need to open this window. Okay, Diane here. The optimized image is not attached. Should I detach the original and attach the optimized? It depends what you mean by that. If you look at the actual code in the page where the image is, if it's not showing the original, if it's not showing the optimized vision there, the optimized visual image there, then just click the optimize button again and it will do that. If you're talking about what the attachment to the actual page is, then no, you don't want to attach the original image. Just leave that as it is, okay, because that's used for different things in WordPress itself, not the actual front end that's shown to the end customer. Okay. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Marcus, for letting us know that you could see that earlier. Helen, will it be possible to upgrade later if I need to build more sites? Yes, certainly, no problem. We'll be able to set up some licensing packages, for example. So if you were just to get the basic version just with 5 licenses and later on you needed some more, then being able to get another 10 and upgrade to standard, yes, certainly you can do that. There'll be a charge for it, but it'll be a one-off charge. We haven't actually laid out how that's going to be done, but it will be in some sort of package deal. You just buy, let's say you want another 5 licenses or another 10 licenses and so on, then that will just be added to your account. So yeah, that can certainly be done. Diane, HTML help perhaps would be nice. Not sure exactly what you mean. Do you mean, oh, just can't align center? Okay, is that an image, Diane, you're talking about, or the text? An image, okay. Well, if you've got it in the template, let me show you. Probably easier to show you. So this image here, for example, if I just right click and go to image settings, then you can select there, left, center, or right. Okay, is that what you mean? The featured, yeah, featured image would work the same way. It would work the same. So if I go to, let's see, templates, and we go to category page, I've got the featured image in here. So sorry, I need to keep opening and closing these windows with this GoToWebinar software. It's all over the place. It's okay, well, I don't have it aligned in there. The reason I don't have it aligned here is I've just used the full size of that area. But yeah, same thing. You would just actually, I'll show you while we're here. You could just go in here and put, for example, just put style. If you wanted it centered, then you could just use an auto margin. So you would just put margin 0 auto, oh, like that. Okay, that there. That will center not just an image, but whatever you have in that div will take care of that. Okay, Adrian, are you saying you can optimize the pics on other sites and then come out of their site and do this with the standard membership, or is that a site of the quota? Oh, very good question. Very good question. Actually, I shouldn't really tell you this, but I'll tell you anyway. You know, yeah, you can go in and add it to the site, do the optimization, and then take it out the site again if you wanted to. Okay, just don't tell, just don't tell anyone I told you that. But yeah, you can do it that way, Adrian. Diane, yes, there'll be a recording of the video, and I'll set it up on. Actually, if you want, if it's just that little piece of code, I'll do it. I'll take it now and put it in the chat for you. Diane, in fact, I'll just put it in general. So if anybody needs that little code there, you can have that inside your div. Where would I find a code? This is from Chris. Another Chris. Where would I find a code for the button? Okay, then the button on this one here is used in Bootstrap. It's a Bootstrap button I've used, and that was in this area here. That's Bootstrap. So let me just, if you want the code for that, I can certainly give you that. There's a code for anybody who wants a button. And things like this, you know, but I'm going to be making a section in the member site that will just have like little code snippets like this, you know. So, you know, if you're not sure about how all these things work, but, you know, don't let this put you off, okay? Because these things they may seem complicated when you first look at them if you're not used to looking at them, but they're really not. You know, of course I'll do some basic CSS training and stuff like that as well, but we'll also be making snippets, so you don't have to understand it. You just need to, what I'll do is I'll show you how something looks and then put the code underneath it, and you can just copy it and paste it, and then change the color and change the text and things like that. So again, that's a minimal version of what the store idea was all about, but of course you don't need to pay for stuff like that. That's, you know, you get all that as part of it. But certainly we can do all that. This is from Mike. Hi Mike. Hi Chris, looking to rebuild various dynamic and other WordPress sites. When will that training be available? Actually, I'm hoping to get, I've got a site, it's one of the member sites actually, he's allowed me to go and do a rebuild on that. It's not a dynamic one, that one, but it's a good site to show how to take an old site. I think it's WordPress it's in anyway, but it doesn't really matter what the original site is. I'll show you how to, I'm going to do some short training on how to rebuild that. I've also got written on the things to do list to take an actual dynamic site and do a rebuild of that as well in WPO. But it's realistically, it's probably going to be a couple of weeks before I'm able to get started on that, just to be upfront and honest about that. I'm still behind with a few things here and trying to get caught up as much as possible. So I don't want to promise something that I can't deliver by tomorrow, you know, but certainly it's on the list and it will be coming, no doubt about it. And another thing, a few people have asked us, members who are already in, a few have been asking about a done for you service. You know, they have sites already done, but they don't have the time to go in and rebuild them, and WPOptimal would be offering done for you sites. We haven't made a final decision on that, but you know, there's been quite a few asking now, so I think that is something we're going to have to look at seriously and try and find out the best price we can to offer to help get you up to speed with stuff like that. If you don't have the time or inclination to do things yourself, then we'll certainly look at offering a service on that part, if that would be helpful as well. If it is, then by all means, just, you know, send me a mail and let me know, and we can look at that more in depth. But yeah, I'll be doing training on how you can do it all yourself. Of course, that's really the whole purpose of this. And the big difference for me, from my side, between Dynamic and WPOptimal is I'm trying to make this more of a community. You know, right now we're still a little underground group of people, you guys included. Same as Dynamic was. You know, you can't buy Dynamic. You never could buy Dynamic on the open market. It was just never for sale. It was all just us. And that's the way WPOptimal is going to be, at least until the end of this year. You know, it's my job. The whole reason for this is I wanted to take the knowledge and the tools that I've spent the last quarter of a century fine-tuning and streamlining, and give it to guys like you, so you can, I don't know if you can say guys, if that's politically correct anymore, but people, members, or people who I already know and people who already know me. It's my job to help you. That's what I want to do. That's what I get up for in the morning, is to help you make better sites, make better performance on your sites, make better sites for your clients, and make money for yourself. I want to help you get your business up to scratch. And this is just one of the tools that's going to help you do that. And the training and stuff in the back end, the training that's coming up is not only about how to use the software, it's all about all sorts of stuff. Core Web Vitals, more technical stuff. SEO, you may not be, well, actually you will be interested, because, you know, although you're all, or most of you are SEO Breakthrough members, a lot of that training is about offsite. You know, it's what you do to get your offsite SEO. What I'll be focusing on is technical SEO and on-site SEO. So that's the other part of the equation that you may not have yet. And like I said at the start of this, the better you get that, the exponentially better the results will be through your backlinking, because it's weighted. The backlinks are weighted, and the higher quality page you get a backlink from, the better. But here's the bit people don't know or don't understand. Also, the quality of the page the link is going to, i.e. the page on your site, the better optimized that is also a clear factor in the amount of authority Google attaches to a backlink. Okay, so their site has to be good, but your site has to be good too. Okay, you'll get a much better backlink score when you do it that way. You know, this sort of stuff. Remember, these are not test scores. That's not what this is about. These are guideline scores, okay? For example, let me show you something just quickly before we go. Let me open up a new one of these. And let's just try something like, they probably won't let me test their own site. Yeah, well, maybe they won't let me test their own site, you know. Well, they did. There you go, look. 64 mobile, and see, look, excellent on desktop, but look at the mobile. You know, and even you can see here, it passes the Core Web Vital assessment. It passes it, right? But it's only at 64. Now I say only 64, but when you're looking at standard sites, these are the sort of scores you're getting. You know, we tested several dozen sites, and these were pretty average. Some were way down less than 10. And some were up closer to 50, but we didn't really see much above 50. Okay, so in that effect, 64 is good for Google. But why settle for 64 when you can have this? That's basically it. And I know, I'm sorry, it's also technical, all this stuff, it really is. But rest assured, all the technicalities is already done for you in the back end. You don't need to understand how it all works. or you just need to understand that it does what it needs to do, and that's what's going to help you get the edge. You know, and that's the bottom line, really. I can see a couple of comments coming in here. Hang on a second. Okay, we're going to, while I'm reading these, last chance for any questions, people. If you have anything, now's the time, please. Excellent once again, Chris. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Oh, here's one. Would be cool to have a site importer like Converter to pick up new clients. I'm not sure. Could you expand on that a little, Marcus? The comment about Converter. What you mean more specifically about that? I'll just give Marcus, if he's still here, a chance to elaborate on that so I can give him an answer. There's one thing I hate, and it's finishing a webinar with unanswered questions. Oh, here we go. Let's just wait. Click funnels, make funnels. Okay. Well, if you want to go that route, Marcus, then I'm not sure if you're using ClickFunnels or whatever you're using. Now, you can build funnels in WPOptimal. However, not funnels. And what I mean by that is you can build the actual layouts and the follow-through sequences, but there's no tracking built into it. So if you need something like that, then you would need, oh, sorry, I'm a mistake. What? No, I mean for client sites. No, I'm a bit lost, Marcus. I'm sorry. Say show potential client their current score on page speed insights. Yeah. Okay. Yes, certainly. You can do that. That would be a great foot in the door. Absolutely. Because anybody who has, funnels going on in the background, then you already know that one, they're very serious about their business. Two, they need those leads. And three, they're willing to pay to get the services they need. So absolutely, that would be a great foot in the door. Then show them how Optimal makes them. Yeah, absolutely. That's the way to go. Again, there'll be some training coming up on that in the members area, different ways that you can use this tool to make money, because that's another way, using the funnels like that, definitely. But a good key in the door for design work or lead generation work, anything like that, is performance. Everybody, even people who don't have a technical understanding of web design, they do understand the difference between, let's say, 35 score and a 97 score. Everybody understands that. So yeah, certainly that would be a good way to make contact with clients, I think. Great idea. Helen, thanks, Chris. Looks like a great product. Looking forward to using it. Okay, great, Helen. Thanks very much. I can't even see if people have got on board with us tonight or not. I don't even know if they have. So people who have come on board, just let me please say thank you very much, whoever you are. I don't know who you are yet, but I'll send a mail out to each of you, of course. But let me just say thank you for now. And I'll see if there's any more questions here. A comment from Yen. Thanks very much, Chris. I'm highly motivated. 2021 we will win. Yeah, excellent. Good, Yen. Excellent. This is, yeah, it really will. It really will. I don't mean to keep blowing my own trumpet here, but this, to be honest with you, this exceeded our own expectations doing the rebuild on Dynamic. We would not have got these kind of scores on mobile with Dynamic. That's the reason we didn't go that route. But I was surprised that we were able to get it so high as we're getting it now. And, beating Google by 30%, that's just a nice little feather in the cap. Problem is, it's taken us 14 months to develop this, and these page builders and all these other guys that are out there now, they're going to have to rebuild, if not completely, then major parts of their software if they want to have sites that are ranking next month. And one thing, if you learn nothing else from this webinar, please remember this. Designers, when you go and buy a theme, designers don't care about performance. They don't even consider it. It's not even a thought. They don't care. They're only interested in how the site looks. And most people who go and buy themes, they are of the same mindset, and it's a major mistake. Because on the one hand, you have designers who don't care about performance, and then you have programmers who don't care about design. Okay, so either you're going to have a really crappy looking site that works great, or you're going to have a great looking site that doesn't work good, and WPO is the bridge between those two. You get excellent streamlined code and you design it precisely the way you want it to look. You're only limited by your imagination here. Any site you can find online you can build with this software. Absolutely you can. No problem at all. So let's see here. Chris, if folk may be interested. Oh, sorry, this is all my wee windows jumping. Let me see if I can read all of this. Okay, Chris, yeah, that's right. I saw that. I saw that. I decided not to promote that. The reason for that is I didn't want to distract people right now with this. It's a shame that they coincided because that's an excellent tool. Well, as you know, I use that myself. So, but you know, they're going to have a sale on that again pretty soon. So I'll pick that up the next time, and then perhaps make a wee webinar on that as well, because that's a tremendous tool for working with SEO. Thank you very much. This is great work. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. Okay, Alistair, excellent. You go and blow my trumpet for me. That would be great. Marcus. Do you know what? I'll send you a mail. I'll send you a mail because I think it's something that you may be able to use. It's an SEO tool that really takes things to the next level. It's not the cheapest thing on earth, but it's certainly, again, it's not mine so I can see it. It's the best thing. It's not the only tool I use, but it's the one that I take. It's the one that gives me the most closest results, all things considered. I run testing through Triage, and it's the one that gives me the most closest results. So I'll send you a mail about that and let you know where you can go and read more information about that. Okay, super. Okay, well, I think that's about us then. For anybody who opted in this evening, thanks very much. And that's wonderful. I'll see my notes once I get off of this, and it's getting a bit late here where I am, but tomorrow I'll go through them and I'll just send you a quick mail letting you know that everything is in order. And if it's not, then of course you get in touch with me first, and we'll get you sorted out if you have any issues. Okay? And Mike, thanks very much. I appreciate you as well. And listen, one more thing. You guys are all dynamic guys. Listen, although dynamic is, coming to the end of its time, I just want you to know it's been really, really great working with you guys over these past 4 to 5 years. And, a lot of your feedback and a lot of the issues you had over this time, these are all noted. I was looking the other day at the dynamic support desk, and there's almost 5,000 support tickets actually been answered in there. That's about 1,000 a year. And most of that it's not been problems. It's been people asking, well, how can I do this and how can I do that? And I've built up good relationships with most of you guys on here over time, and that's great. And it would make me really happy, that you take the next step of the journey with us, because it's our intention really to build this. We're not finished developing this. Well, be careful what I say. What I mean is it's ready to use now. You can use it, but we have so many ideas to further develop this over the following months and years. Definitely, there's just so much that we can do with it now because of the way the modular construction, the way we've designed it, allows us to do a lot more things. We're just a very small team, so and working 18-hour days constantly. So there's only so much we can get done at one time. But please know this is for the long term, and it's what all our focus is on now, moving forward. So excellent. When will the menu be done? Here we go, Diane. Okay, the issue with the menu, in fact, just quickly for anybody who's on here as well, this is actually WPO stuff, but let me just show you quickly what Diane's mentioning here. Go in here to the header, for example, and I want to fix the menu. If I go to edit the menu, you can see this has been closed off for the moment. And the reason for that is you can see here, we're having an issue with having sub-menus added automatically through this part of the system. Okay, it's not that it's not working, it is working, you just can't use this interface. So what you do here is you just go here, click on that, and that will take you directly into the menu here. Okay, and that allows you to make your changes you want there, and they'll automatically update here on the front end. Okay, lead developer, he's away for a couple of weeks, but the rest of the team still working on getting this back, so it's probably going to be 2 or 3 weeks before this bit is finalised, because once he's got it in well, you can see here it's starting to work in place now, but it has to be tested before I let them open this up again. I don't want this breaking anybody's site. So for now, the best way is just to use that version there. Will we be able to add multiple menus, example footer, header menus? Yeah, you can do that already, Diane. The way you do that is you can either add them in manually, or you can, for example, let me just go back here to the template, and if we go to the front end, you'll see down here, that's the main menu up here, and down here I have a secondary menu going on here. Okay, and I've just brought that in with a widget. So let me just show you. If I go into here, and we'll go down to that section there, you can see it's a widget area. And to do that, all you do is just go here, and let me close this window, sorry. You would just select widget area, and then you can either create a widget area, for example, menu or whatever, or you can make one that's already done, like I have menu 2 there, for example. Create a new widget area, and then when you do that, save that, and then when you go back to, for example, you go back to, let's see here, and you go to widget areas, then what happens is you've now created a widget area. Like that, there's menu 2, for example. Okay, and then you would just go in and put in the menu that you wanted, navigation menu, for example, and it's pulling nav 1, okay, which is that one. Okay, and that's the one you can see down here. It's not been styled yet, but that's how you bring it in functionally. See, that's me just getting warmed up now. Okay, listen, this has been a really great evening. Thanks very much. I hope, whether you go the WPO route or whether you don't, thanks very much for all your time and all your effort and all your feedback with Dynamic over the years. I really, really appreciate that. And of course, I would like you to come with us, but that's a choice only you can take. Just know this, if you do decide to come, things are only going to get better for us moving forward, especially now we want to expand this community, because it means that you don't have to wait on me. The community are all learning different parts themselves, and when we put all that information together, we're going to have a really great knowledge base of not only how WPO works, but different tactics and different things that people are learning about site building and about SEO and about technology in general online. All of that stuff is in the community forum, or that's what it's expanding to be. So with that, I think Adrian, yeah, it's been recorded. There'll be a copy of this going up in the Dynamic members area. That should be up by tomorrow, so you can catch the beginning from there. All right. So thanks everybody, and do you just want to say goodbye, Chris?
Yeah, I do. Hopefully you come to the community. I'm looking forward to growing together, and it's a great product, honestly, guys. It's obviously I'm on the panel, so I don't want to bum up too much, make it seem like I'm biased, but it's great, and I hope to hear from you soon in the community. And thanks for having me tonight.
Okay, thank you for being here. Okay, guys, that's about it then. If there's any questions that come up, if you can think of anything else you need to know, then please just send me a mail. You know the address, support@busydays.com. Just send it there, or contact me through the support desk as you normally do, and we'll take it from there. Okay, thanks very much, and good morning, good evening, or good night, depending on what part of the world you're in, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. Okay, bye for now.
Bye, guys.